years to come.
Well, thank you. And there's Tony Jacklin. Now we go back to the action of Jack Nicklaus. Come in from the right. Well, that won't come round. That's not a very good one. But for the next half hour or more, one single outstanding shot, either outstandingly good or outstandingly poor, can win or lose this championship. Nicklaus, 6 under. Behind him, Sanders, 6 under. Here, Jacklin, 4 under. Supposing, for instance, Jacklin held this and Nicklaus didn't hold his. All these things can happen. It's the sort of thing that happened between them on the second green, which is only just on the right as we look here. And there's where it happened. Jacklin went to the left of that bunker, pitched too far past, missed the putt, and Nicklaus had a wonderful shot and holed out. That's on that white flag, which is the second. So 2 shots immediately divided them when they'd started level. Anything can happen. I gather Sanders is putting in the hole before at this very moment. We may not see both. There's Jacklin's. Oh, that's Sanders, I'm sorry. And here comes Jacklin. Sanders seemed to be very near. Nothing much to this little one, except that it's the 70th hole of the Open. Well. Comment unnecessary there, I think. And so that virtually eliminates the gallant Jacklin.
Doug Sanders over this putt for a par 4 at the 15th hole. Sure he feels good about that, and he remains 6 under par, going over to the 16th tee.
So now, just ahead to the other leader in his putt at the 16th. He could have left that much nearer. It's the wind, or somebody talking, or somebody putting him off. We don't really know. But once you feel like that at a moment like this, you've got to go away, start again. It doesn't make it any easier when you come back. Oh, it must be delivered. Oh, you can see that right from the very start. Oh, that may be the one. It might be the one. Settles it. And so, in the lead we go back.
Doug Sanders, who stands on the 16th tee. And I have a feeling he might have seen Jack miss that putt. Doug Sanders in an undisputed lead in this championship with 3 holes to play. 6 under par.
Now we go ahead to the 17th. Jacklin still lying in third position, but one fears out of it now, not completely, but morally speaking, probably. Three under jointly with Henning. Perfect stroke, miles down the middle. There's his ball. We turn half right down to the green, and there it is by that small pot bunker in which we've seen many people either get in 2 or fluff it in 3. The road hole, 17th. Now Nicklaus just dropped that one. 5 under. And that's on the crosswalk. You can see those white lines they make for people to cross over. They won't let any more cross over now tonight. It's a long, long way.
And there is the leader of the championship, Doug Sanders. Doug Sanders hasn't had a tournament victory in about 3 years. He's been in a slump in America for the last year or two. He played so badly in the year 1969 that he was not exempt for qualifying on the U.S. Tour this year. He's having a better year this year and has begun to play better in the last few weeks, and of course this week seems to have become the Sanders of old. I'm not sure if there have been many people who have had to qualify for this championship that have gone on to win it. I think that would be very interesting to try to determine. Doug Sanders qualified with a 67 in his first qualifying round, and then I think a 74. And now he finds himself an outright leader with 2.5 holes left to play.
Yep.
Pitches on and will it go over? And yes, it will easily. And there, I think, must be the end of such a gallant attempt by Jacklin. Lets him drop in despair and must know that this is the end of a marvelous attempt. Very big white bags he is. Jacklin's on the left. The white shoes is Nicklaus. There he is. Wind still blowing strongly again. It did fall a bit, but it's pretty strong now. Coming from his right as he plays. He's one behind, so it's worthwhile to have a go probably and try and pitch it on. That's a 6-iron. His hand well forward. Right, must not run over. There's a wonderful shot. Wonderful shot. Now this might be the equaliser. There's Jacqueline's ball.
And now back on the 16th. Doug Sanders is driven in perfect position. Seems to have given himself a bit of a downhill lie, however. In the fairway, playing his second shot. Very restricted follow-through. And he's short edge. Reno's ball is just behind Sanders on just about the same line.
So now we go forward. Only these two lots now. Jacqueline and Nicklaus. And behind them, Trevino and Sanders leading. But Nicklaus with this marvellous second shot at such a moment. He went for it and it came off. He has a chance of running this one in for a 3. What a moment to get it. Jacqueline, I'm sure, will get a tremendous hand when he finishes, because he showed all the way, might have won it, far from, as you might think, being exhausted after his efforts and taking perhaps 74 and 76. He's had 67, 70, 73. You can't win everything, but how well he's done. Jacqueline on the road at the road hole. Reduced now to 3 over against 5 by Nicklaus and 6 by Sanders behind. Good cheer from the people behind there. And he must feel this tremendous surge of sympathy. See whether he's going to nudge it up with a putter or some such, or have a go with a lofted club. He's going to have a go with a lofted club. If he misses it, go back into the bunker the other side. Worth trying now, though. Jacqueline, 3 under, 17 on the road. There's a little beauty. Nothing like dead, but very, very good shot. And as Nicklaus studying it from the other end. His face tells the drama of this situation.
And there's some drama behind, where Doug Sanders has just putted his 3rd shot at the 16th. Very good putt from there. That's the same spot from which Jack Nicklaus has just 3-putted a few moments ago.
Now, any moment now. This for 3 at the road hole. Behind him, Sanders has just got his 4. So near to Nicklaus. So that's a par 4. And Sanders has still got to match it. This is more of a little personal matter between Jack Dinn and Harold Henning, who is safely in at 3 under. Jack Dinn has this to remain 3 under. One of them, or both, will be third. Yeah, the battery is running down. And he's 2 under now.
Now back to the 17th tee, where Doug Sanders, having just made 4, being 1 stroke ahead, is preparing to drive. Almost interminable length of time. Well, I don't think I've ever seen anything exactly like that. Very difficult to stop yourself at that position. He'd begun the takeaway and checked his backswing. His grip must have been slippery. Hands perhaps perspiring just a little bit, despite the cold. There's his first look, his second, third, fourth, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Go on, ball.
And get some applause. And has driven it right in the middle of the fairway. Not very far, however, about 50 or 60 yards short of where Jack Nicklaus just drove it. And now Lee Trevino. See that Trevino's driven it past Sanders some 20 yards.
There's the scene up the 18th. 1964 with a huge gale behind. Nicklaus drove the green 4 times. Now, he's only just short of it today. Drama right to the end here. He's somewhere near the Valley of Sin, which is that little dip in front of the green. And as a matter of fact, no fewer than 23 players have had a 3 at this hole today. A great tremendous cheer as they come up. And who shall wonder? He's a very fine sportsman in every sense of the word. They deserve every hand clap that they get. But it's still just behind them. They'll Sanders, the leader. But he knows that the 17th is almost the most difficult par 4 on the course, and he's got to get a par 4 to keep his 1-stroke lead. In a moment, maybe a huge cheer as Nicklaus gets a 3 at the 18th.
Now back to Doug Sanders at the 17th fairway, Doug Sanders is about to hit what, without any doubt, is the most important single golf shot of his life. He may have 1 or 2 more today, which will be equally as important, but until now, this is the most important golf shot Doug Sanders has ever had to hit. You may recall that 2 days ago. Doug Sanders put it just short of this green and then fluffed his approach into the bunker and made a 2 over par 6. Doug Sanders is going at it with a wooden club. A lot of courage. And he's put it in the bunker to the left.
In the bunker? Yep. Yeah. And a little to the right has been perfect, wouldn't it? Yep.
Now, Lee Trevino. Playing his very freewheeling shot right at the flag on the left side of the green. He's hooked it. And it bounces over the bunker, I believe. And there it is, just to the left of the green. In a position that I'm sure Doug Sanders would give an awful lot to be in.
Now we'll come forward to the 18th. That's the back of it. That's the right-hand side of it. Nicklaus drove there, the longest we've seen here. Jacklin played a good one up, but it's Nicklaus on whom our eye is now. Tremendous finish. But he got a 3 here. Supposing Sanders took a 5 out of that bunker at the 17th, which he's approaching at this moment. Steep slope up for a start. And quite a long putt. So determined not to be short at such a moment that he's gone miles by after that huge stride. He must have been absolutely belted. Nicklaus, one behind. And so now we must go back to Sanders in his bunker.
And there you see Doug Sanders surveying the shot. A lot is going to depend upon the lie of the ball here. A lot's going to depend whether he has enough room to take a backswing. He's able to take a stance because the pin is reasonably close in behind the bunker. Close enough at least that you would have to be able to put a little bit of stop on the ball or risk running over onto the road in your third shot, which is a fate that I'm sure no one would want to have transpire to them. Sanders is going down into the bunker. He has sort of a side hill stance. Can't see what position the ball is in. There you see it. It's a very difficult lie. Spectacular golf shot. He had to take a very upright backswing there. He had an unbelievable shot under those conditions. There it is on instant replay. He had to take his club very abruptly up into the air. He had a downhill lie. Brings the club down and keeps moving through.
Now we come back to Nicklaus. What a shot that was at Sanders, but here's Nicklaus. We should have been nearer than this. Oh, enough to break your heart, or break his heart anyway. You couldn't make a better putt at that moment than that. Well, I suppose you could really, but how desperately near. And so after that huge drive, it's 4 for Nicklaus, and he stays and finishes 5 up.
Trevino is putting at 17. He's tapped it in. Doug Sanders. With a putt that many weekenders might give themselves, but not under these conditions.
And we just have time to go ahead. Jacqueline's final putt. No, that's not on at the end. And it couldn't quite reach it. And a tired one stays an inch or two short of the hole. Never mind. He deserves every cheer that he gets.
Now back to the 17th for Doug Sanders. Stands over what must be a very short putt. This for a par 4. He's got it. Remains clear leader, 6 under par, needing only a 4. And the last hole to be the British Open champion.
Now they move over from the 17th as the little bunker that he was in, played that miraculous shot which nobody who saw it will ever forget. He might be in the road now, still hacking about there, instead of that absolutely stone dead. Tremendous shot at such a moment. And as the 18th that awaits him, it's 3:58. Nicklaus very nearly drove the green just into that little bit, the bottom. And now Sanders, great moment of his life. Most genial, gay fellow, now has this great moment where he has only, as the old golf writers used to say, he has only to do the last hole in 4 to win the ambition of a lifetime. There's 4 to win. He can drive almost anywhere here.
Beautiful.
And that's away to the left on the very safe line. Lee Trevino, only a few hours ago, might have thought himself an odds-on winner. It wasn't to be. And the crowd now, as they always do, it's sort of almost traditional at St Andrews that when they played their drives, the crowd boxed out for so long, rush in and stand round just behind the ball. And there's a historic scene. I don't believe there's any to equal it in golf anywhere. And there's Nicklaus in now with 283. Sanders wanting a 4 for 282. This is the easiest 4 almost. Well, easiest finishing 4 in golf probably, except for the Valley of Sin, into which you drop if you don't quite hit it hard enough. Or if it suddenly occurs to you in the backswing that if you hit it that hard, it'll go over into the bank at the back. Really a matter simply of controlling your nerve. He has only, as I say, to pitch it up onto the green and get down in 2 putts now for Doug Sanders to be the champion. And he gets a very good cheer too. I said before, I'm sure that an American winner will get as sporting a cheer from this crowd as our man Jacklin got from the American gallery when he won the championship so little time ago at Chaska, Minnesota, a scene which I personally will never forget. And he is a slim, mauve figure, all on his own out there, approaching the climax of his golfing life. Carried by Lee Trevino. You might have hoped that the spotlight would be on him. Two fine drives, the hole 358 yards long. No doubt whatever about Sanders's at that moment. Side by side, not sure which it is to play first. Still only one shot in it. Here's Sanders, the supreme moment, 6 under. Nicklaus having driven all 30 yards further than that and taken the putter and putted up miles too far and then missed the one back by an absolute hair's breadth. So Nicklaus finished with 5 under on 283. Doug Sanders has only a 4 here, this is his drive, to win. Strain must be terrible. Devil's happening. Well, it's a long way past, we haven't finished yet. He's got a judge one. He looks absolutely exhausted. I don't wonder. Strain here. Really, partly because golf is so slow. He'd like to go and do that again now, or go and hit the putt now. But he can't, he's got to wait. Think about it. Now, Lee Trevino started 8 under par and is now 2 under. Unhappy time.
Good shot. Good shot.
4 hours ago, people would have bet on Lee Trevino beating money to have won this, but it wasn't his day. But now we haven't finished yet. Of all the greens that I wouldn't want a long downhill one from the back of to get down in 2 to win the British Open, this is the first. Give him a sporting hand, which he acknowledges, but he knows better than anybody else that we haven't finished yet. You can see yourself going into the history books. The man who had only to get down in 2 putts to win the Open and took 3 and lost on the plate. And the next 2 or 3 minutes will decide. Wind getting well up. Of course, he's very sheltered there. What reaches the green is against him, helps to hold the ball up as it goes down the hill. And quite a sharp slope. Doug Sanders putting down from the back, downhill, quite a left-hand borrow. To putt about a yard to the left, but it's the length that matters, and something's put him off. And what a moment. To win the Open. Oh, Lord. Well, that's not one that I would like to have. And they clap, little knowing what is to come for Sanders. No wonder he licks his lips. So by custom, apart from anything else, Trevino will hole out first and leave the stage set for the man who has the chance to win. And what would Sanders give for that one? is still careful. 91. And so now, this is it. And this is what people dream about, that you've got this one with a left-hand borrow, downhill, on the last green at St Andrews to win the Open. Oh. Missed it. Yes, certainty. Yes, that's the side you're bound to miss it. And there it is. And there, but for the grace of God. I knew it when he hit that second so far past. I knew that was what was coming. Everybody who plays here does.
The agony for Doug Sanders that took it into a playoff. No respite from the agony there. Nicklaus with a long putt for victory.
To win the Open.
Oh, he's got it. He's got it. He threw the club out, and he nearly caught Sanders with it as it came down. And Nicklaus wins the Open and denies Sanders the chance at the putt on the final green, and you won't ever get a more dramatic finish than that.